Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a reading for BTS Suga, for BTS Yoongi. Since I heard the news that he is in the process of getting ready to enlist, for the enlistment. So yes, as usual, I read for the idols before they enlist, before they go to the military, because then afterwards, when they are in the military, I do not read for them. I consider this a sort of hiatus. So for respect of of their circumstances, like private circumstances, I do not pull cards for idols that are in the military. So I'm going to take this opportunity to read for Yoongi, yes, to see what's available for him, how he's feeling. So yeah, enjoy. Let's begin with the cards that he got. He got the Strength card, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Tower. And from the Oracle, he got the card of Mercury in Sagittarius, Discovery. Um, I honestly like. First of all, I see a lot of people. Um, I sense a lot of like. There's a lot going on. I think that these are moments for Jungi where um, he's feeling strong. We start with the strength card, so definitely there's a sense of remaining strong despite all the things that he. I think that he's a guy that he doesn't get uncomfortable, or he doesn't let his emotions carried away. He's very analytical, but there's something about his energy, especially this year. Probably this energy is very. It feels very agitated. I feel a lot of like him feeling very energetic, feeling very driven, feeling like very. I wouldn't say the word excited, but it seems like he has a lot of energy. And usually when I read for Jungi, he's sort of like very chill, he's very calm, he's very like reflective, and focused. And here I sense that that this is not about the military enlistment. This is more about him probably, focusing on a lot of things on his individual career. So I saw him getting out of his comfort zone a bit, and trying different ways to create, sort of getting out of or getting up of the producer seat, and sort of being like more of like getting out there and being seen, and interacting more, and showing his face a bit more, and just being also exchanging conversations with people, being a bit more active. So I think that this is great, because I don't see him like his energy is not stagnant at all. I think he's feeling very passionate. I definitely, I believe that I think that he knows what's going to happen. He's not actually, he's like sort of like already, he's ready mentally, physically, he's ready for this change. um I think that this sort of instances finds him in a very good place, where he's like very motivated. He's like, okay, let's go. I want to go. Let's do this. Let's get this over with, and not so much like, oh, okay, I have to think about it. I have my, you know, my hesitations. No, he's not hesitating at all. There's no emotions, like literally, like I think that he's remaining strong. Here with the strength card, he's like, okay, um, I want to be strong. There's something about Jungi, I believe, sort of like redefining through the experiences of this year, like discovering a new way to be strong, and also him like redefine what strength means to him. And I think that he also has people that that accompany this process, especially loved ones that are like, okay, we have your back, whatever you need, we're here for you. Like, I with these two nights in here, I could sort of like see, um, I could see like Jean and Hobby, because they are the ones that are already in the military. I know they probably would not serve in the same place, but there's something about them, coming to somehow support him with their experiences and being like, okay, yeah, come join us because we are already here. Time is passing very fast. We are busy. Like we are okay. Like we are like on the move. This is like, come on, let's do this. Like, it's your turn. Do this with us. And actually, like somehow, like welcoming him to this new experience, and also like somehow reassuring him that it's not that. There's nothing to fear, that they are okay. And he's like, okay, like they are my strengths. They are like seeing that they are already doing this and they are doing great. Like I want to do it too. There's something about also him gaining strength from their experiences. And also I think that he's sort of like being a bit envious, being like, okay, I want to, I sort of want to have this experience as well. I want to. I think that Jungi is actually very serious about this. Like, I think that he definitely wants to serve. He's not afraid. I don't see cards of him doubting or him being worried. Not at all. I think that definitely he's like, okay, like this could be my new hobby. Like, like my new, like he's so ready to enter a new experience. Like, and I think that this is very nice to see because maybe if he was in another kind of mood, in another like sort of like energy, I would be like, oh, maybe he will have his doubts, his hesitations, but he's not. He doesn't hesitate at all. It's like he's ready because he comes from a year where there was a lot of movement for him. So he's like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's do this. Like if you want to take me now because, like, I'm in the in. It seems like he's so like, I would say he's so like he has such an adrenaline rush. He's in this state of an adrenaline rush. So it's like this is the perfect moment. This is the perfect moment for him to be like, okay, let's do this. Um, and he's going to be great at it. Also, with all these nights, I think that he has the right support. He has his convictions. Um, he has he's just very loyal. He's a very loyal guy. I don't see cards that indicate feelings, so I think that maybe something that probably that like I don't think that is needed that he needs to feel something going to the military or about his circumstances changes. But I would be like I wonder what's going on with him and his emotions, because like I wish I could see something about you know his emotional side, but I think that he's just so busy. He's just so immersed in action, in doing more, in being more. in contributing more, that he just doesn't have time to stop and feel. Maybe when time passes, he will be able to reconnect with his emotions. But for now, he's like trying to remain strong. Um, then we have the Emperor in the Tower. He got a lot of major arcanas, and I'm like, okay, yes, it's definitely a Jungi reading because he's very deep in his own ways. Always reading for him is like I always have this sense that I know when to stop when it comes to interpreting a reading for Jungi. He doesn't let me see that much. That's why I also honor his energy. I honor this spread because when I'm not allowed to see something, it's because he doesn't give me the permission to do this. And this is my personal experience reading for Jungi. That's why I always say this. I take from the reading what I can see, and if I cannot see anything, I don't force it, because this is what it feels to read for him. Um, when it comes to the Emperor and the Tower, definitely change. I mean, the military, the enlistment, and everything is going to change his routine, his security. The Emperor is like a very strong masculine card, and sort of like a very authoritative kind of major arcana, and it's like when you are very used to, and somehow you are used to be the boss, or you are used to being in control of your reality, and this is also like the masculine side of Jungi. I think that Jungi is going to do very well in his role. He's going to take it seriously, but definitely there could be potentially like some differences when it comes to how he's been treated, maybe. And I don't want fans to freak out when I say this. I think that he could have a sort of exchange of opinions with an authority figure of the military, and him being like, at first, him having some differences, because with the Tower and the Emperor, I definitely can see Jungi like somehow being um, sort of rebellious, against someone wanting to change his routine, and sort of like, and him also observing that there are some things that are changing. There are some abrupt changes in his reality. Once he's there, he's going to realize that, oh, things are changing, or finally the change of reality is going to hit him. Now he's like I said, now he's like busy. He's like, his whole body, his whole energy is very much like moving towards um, you know, the whole process of getting things ready, that he's not thinking about it. But once he starts like working, there's going to be some changes. Like definitely his reality is going to change, definitely. So I think that for him it's going to be a sort of like, oh, okay, like I have to listen to what these guys are saying, and I have to listen, and I have to follow the rules. And I think that there's something about probably him also like being a bit resistant towards, being told what to do. So we could see a bit of rebellious Jungi. Like I don't think that he's going to confront people. I think that there's going to be a sense of like, okay, I'm not in my security anymore. This is everything is changing. And he's sort of a guy that also he's used to doing things by himself, and he's used to managing himself. So probably to have to give that authority to someone else is like, or having someone else boss you around, he's going to be a bit annoyed by it. I definitely can see him like, oh, this is so annoying. But he will make it anyway. But is nevertheless is going to be impactful. He's definitely is going to feel the difference. He's going to be like, oh, okay, like this experience is different. Definitely, this is not Because with the emperor, I have the feeling that he wants to be in control of his life. He's someone that probably he has his little routines. He has his sort of system, you know, and probably, where he goes, there's supposed to also be a sort of organization or a sort of order. But with the tower, it's like, when these people think that they are being organized, but actually they are being very messy with maybe what they tell him to do, or maybe how they explain things to him, or how they react to certain things. And actually Jungi, like, observing this and being like, oh, you guys are so messy. Like, you guys have no idea what you're doing here, and you're telling me to follow you, and you are a mess. Something like this. I definitely can see Jungi's moon in Virgo, like, being triggered in these situations, of being like, okay, this is a chaos. Like, definitely, you are trying to get me to follow certain guidelines, but it doesn't make any sense because this is so unorganized. So I think that for him it's going to be like a shock, a bit of a shock, like, oh, okay, like, yeah, like, this is not this is not cool, this is like, oh. So I think that in this sense he will be like, oh, okay, so these people want to boss me around. They have no idea what's going on. They don't know what to do. It doesn't make any sense, for him actually feeling like, I don't think that it's about being more intelligent, but I think that there are some things that they're going to tell him to do that he's going to be like, yeah, you told me to do this. I did it, and the outcome was awful. So you guys need to come up with a better, I don't know, arrangement, because this system is broken already. So yeah, I can see him having his differences, and also noticing that probably the people that is in charge is full of BS, and him be like, oh, okay, like, you guys have no, like, it doesn't make any sense what you're promoting right here, because it's a disaster, something like this. So yeah, he will have to put a poker face and adapt. And then from the oracle, he got the card of Sagittarius placement, that is like Mercury in Sagittarius. That is the card of discovery. So yeah, with the card of discovery, I definitely think that there's going to be, people are going to find out, or maybe there's going to be news about what Jung is doing or where he's heading, or maybe if there's some inconsistencies in his training or in papers or whatever it has to do with him. Probably the media will know, they will be able to find out, and also to share it with the public, and maybe the public going crazy, the public getting annoyed, you know. Here with the emperor in the tower, I sense that, yeah, there's this feeling of like, him being a BTS member, and because definitely with the emperor, I don't think that Yoongi is like, he's going to assert a sort of dominion where he goes. He's not interested in being authoritative to people, because he's like willing to go to the experience to learn and to adapt. But here I sense a strong emperor energy, so I think that there could be a sort of like him being special, because he's a BTS member, of course. But in the process of wanting to make things better for him, or to trying to like be nice to him, or trying to make him feel comfortable, they can mess up if a few things about, I don't know if he's leaking information about him, or it's about, making some mistakes about sending him somewhere where wasn't supposed to go. These very silly mistakes that are going to make the government seem so unprofessional. I don't think it's lack of information, but I think that the way they move, the way, I don't know, definitely I think that the government here is like, is is not very intelligent, and maybe when it's time for Yoongi as the next member to enlist, the more members of BTS they enlist, the more you're going to hear this sort of news or gossip about the military service being very irregular. I don't think that is going to be negative, but there's this sense of like, since I feel like they feel so much pressure about granting them a satisfactory experience because they're afraid of fans, maybe, that this leads to them actually being very awkward in their planning and their execution. So I definitely see Yoongi observing all this mess and being like, oh my God, this is so amateur. Like, what's going on? I better stay here. Like, I don't know what to think about this, but I don't know. Definitely I see people trying to somehow like make it good for them or make it positive. um and they are like, just treat me like a regular guy. I'm not going to break. Definitely, here with the emperor, the emperor represents Aries energy, and and Jungi has a Venus in Aries, so definitely Jungi can be masculine and can be proactive and can be straightforward when he wants to, and definitely I can see him connecting more with this raw side of himself. He's definitely a survivor, so he can do it. But there's something about sort of like them, the sort of the institution is afraid of having BTS members. They are like, okay, we have to do things right, but they make it. They make it. They're so clumsy, so clumsy, and also the media doesn't help because I sense that the media is in the middle here with the card of discovery, the card of Mercury in Sagittarius. I have the feeling that probably a lot of information will be leaked, and it's not going to be favorable for these politicians or whoever these people are. So yeah, but I definitely see like Yoongi adapting. Definitely, he's going to be okay, guys. So don't worry. Yeah, this is all I see for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. It means a lot to me. So yes, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.